It's really bright. So I was hoping that I wasn't going to go. This is my first time. um, okay, so your last semester of college is supposed to be really, really fun. And I was a student athlete, a fall student athlete. So there's this big thing about the last semester that you just get to go out and you have no rules. And you basically get to do whatever you want without going to morning lift, having your coach text you every day, having practice. So I was all about it. I was really excited for it. I finally got to be a NARP, and a NARP in the athlete world is known as a non-athletic regular person, so I was really excited to be a NARP. So the beginning of being a NARP really turned out well for me. I was having fun, I was going out, I was drinking a little bit too much than I should have. And then a series of events happened, and my small body couldn't take the amount of alcohol that I was consuming. So, of course, I got a sinus infection, some tonsil stones, you know, like the normal sicknesses that you have to deal with and you probably should, like, do something about, but if you don't, it's not going to kill you. So I was like, you know what, maybe I'm not going to do anything about it. So this was, like, in April, and then I went down to Sea Isle City, if anyone knows it. Yeah. I went down to Sea Isle City to see my family for Easter on April 16th, and I was totally ignoring the fact that I was really sick. I had really bad tonsil stones. Like I really shouldn't have been out. But I'm the fourth of 5 children, and my siblings like to go out. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go out with you guys. This is the first time I don't have Springfield hockey. I'm really gonna go out and have fun. So we went out at Sea Isle, and then I ended up waking up on Easter, and I was like, I really don't think I drank that much. I don't think I did. I couldn't turn my head like this, and I couldn't move up and down, and I had like a massive headache. And I was talking to my sister, who's 1 year older, and I was like, Jenna, didn't we have like 3 beers? I was like, we didn't take shots. We didn't do anything. I was like, why do I feel so sick? But obviously I was sick before. I was kind of just being dumb. So then I go back to school, and my ride is about 2 hours from Sea Isle to my college, Rider University, if anyone knows it. So the thing about driving is you have to know how, like, you have to be able to turn your head. And I couldn't. So that ride was awful. The whole ride I was debating, should I drive myself to the ER or not? But voluntarily going to the ER, I probably would rather be called dead. So I go back to school, I fall asleep, I wake up Monday morning, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to the health center. So I go to the health center. I'm at the health center, and they're like, Carly, this is the last month of school, like, you haven't been here in 4 years. I'm like, yeah, like, I know. So they're like, we're gonna give you antibiotics. We think you have a really severe sinus infection. So I was like, all right, that's fine. So I get antibiotics, but I still can't move my head. And it's kind of scary when you can't turn your head back and forth, but it's fine. So skip 2 days, and it's Wednesday, April 19th. And by nighttime, I was like, all right, I'll just go out with my friends and get food. Some of them were going out. Going out to get food turned into going to a party. At the party, it's like normal college party. Like, people are playing beer pong. People are hanging out. It starts getting later. It's like 11 o'clock almost, 11:30. And then you always have that one kid at the college party who comes out, and he's like, guys, it's gonna be 420. Why don't we smoke weed? And I'm like, I really can't. I'm really sick. And he's like, Carly, come on, like, you're done field hockey. Why don't you? And I'm like, we call him Cephalo. I was like, Cephalo, I'm really sick. Like, I'm on antibiotics. I can't turn my head. I was like, there is no need for me to smoke weed right now. One thing leads to another. I decide to take a hit of the weed, being the person that I am. So I take a hit of this weed, and then within 5 minutes, I pass out. And I'm literally passed out. So they call the ambulance, which, like, you do not want to be a person in the ambulance on 420 for smoking weed. So they call the ambulance to Trenton Hospital. So I'm going to Trenton Hospital. I wake up in Trenton Hospital. Like, the whole night was a blur. I wake up in Trenton Hospital. It's my roommate and one of my best friends, and they're like, Carly, like, you have to go down for MRIs and CAT scans. And I was like, they weren't with me that, like, the night before. And I look at them and I'm like, guys, I only smoked weed. Like, why am I getting an MRI? What is the need for that? So then they're like, okay, you need to call your dad. I call my dad. My dad's like a really chill guy. So I call him, I'm like, hi, hey, Dad. I'm like, I accidentally smoked weed. Accidentally. I was like, and I passed out, and now I'm in Trenton Hospital. Then I go down for my MRI, come back up, my mom's here. And my mom's kind of a more nervous type, so she was looking at me with like googly eyes in the hospital, like asking me a million questions. And then in walks this beautiful doctor, woman doctor, really tall. She looks at both of us, and she goes, guys, she has a malignant brain tumor. And my mom's like, looks at me and she goes, you have a concussion. And I was like, all right, Mom. So she's like, she has a malignant brain tumor. My mom's trying to convince me I have a concussion. I'm like, okay, probably don't have a concussion, but I'm also probably still high from last night, so it really wasn't processing to me at all. My dad shows up. My dad brings me and my mom directly to Penn Hospital. Shout out to all the Penn people. And it turned out I did have a rare malignant cancer, and the tumor was incognito in my head for my whole life. So 2 months ago, I had an 8-hour brain surgery, and I start radiation next month. But the moral of the story is that 420 and weed saved my life.